Good morning everyone. So we actually spent the night here at Tarbert Harbour, and so whilst Tim is still sleeping and Skylar and I were up earlier, we are going to go for a little explore around. Probably going to head up to the castle, have a bit of a walk, and then we're going to go on a mission to find Tim a cappuccino so he has a nice coffee to wake up to. After our walk, we found Tim a coffee before heading out to the seafood shack to get dinner for later on today. We then headed back to the boat where we fueled up and headed out for this afternoon's adventures. Oh look, it's Bobby! Sailing dog, sailing dog.
Sailing dog, sailing dog.
So as today was going to be the last good weather day, we headed out of Tarbert Harbour for a night on Anchorage, and we chose to head up to the top of the Isle of Bute. There is a weather system coming in, so we wanted to start to slowly make our way back, but also have a really nice anchorage for what is probably our last night on Anchorage this trip. Once settled, we decided to make our dinner for the day, which was the super fresh, absolutely delicious langoustine tails that we brought from the seafood shack in Tarbert. Today is a full wet weather gear day. It's meant to rain pretty much all day, and it started sort of overnight and into this morning. I just emptied a load of water out of the dinghy after I brought Skylar to shore. So yeah, a bit different weather today, entirely different really from yesterday when we got here when it was like scorchio. But yeah, I mean the weather forecast predicted this, so it's not a surprise. But yeah, bit of a change. So Sky and I are just ashore for the moment, and then when we head back we're going to figure out what we're going to do, because the winds have changed again since last night. So we're going to have a little think about our plans for the next few days, and then go from there. After getting back to the boat and calling ahead to Port Ballantine Marina on the Isle of Bute, we found that we wouldn't be able to stay. So with the forecast showing an incoming storm towards the end of the week, we decided to head back to Carrick Castle. So we are now back here at Carrick Castle after our crossing yesterday. Now the crossing wasn't actually too bad. The worst part was probably coming down the East Kyle. Then after that it was a few sort of wakes and sort of stray waves and stuff, but it wasn't actually as bad as what we were thinking, which is very good. We made it here safely to Carrick Castle, where we just popped on a visitor mooring for the night, and sort of it was actually quite calm last night, which was quite nice, and it's calm this morning. We have had a lot of rain, so everything on the boat is a bit damp, which is less than ideal, but what are you going to do? You can't really do much about that. But yeah, so we are going to head down to Loch Goil Head later on today, because the wind is going to pick up and it's going to be with us for a few days, and that is quite a sheltered spot up there, and we can pick up a visitor mooring quite easily. And they've got a few more things going on down there. So they've got a village door, there's a pub, and there's also a little holiday sort of park down there where they've got a hotel and other things that we can sort of do and things like that. So there's a little bit more going on at the top of the loch, which is why we're going to wait the storm out there. But yeah, for now Sky and I have come to shore to give her a bit of a leg stretch and to pick up a little pouch so we can pay the visitor mooring a bit later on. And yeah, we're just going to take some photos and have some fun. As today and tonight were meant to have the strongest winds and rains, we spent the day exploring the beautiful scenery around Loch Goil Head. So you are joining us as we are trying to actually go back to RB Marine. We had a really rough night last night and none of us really slept very well, and Skylar got pretty upset, so we decided that as the weather's not really letting up anytime soon, we're going to try and get back to RB Marine today. Worst case scenario, we get down out of Loch Long and we don't like the waves and they're a bit too big for us, and we'll turn back and we'll come back and stay at Carrick and try again early tomorrow. But at the moment things are looking okay, so fingers crossed we get back and then we can all have a better night's sleep. So this is attempt 2 at trying to get back to RB Marine. Yesterday when we tried it, when we got out into Loch Long, it was very windy and it was right in our face, and we dropped down so slow that we decided to just head back to Carrick, which is where we stayed last night. So we're going to just try and give it a shot today. We haven't got much else on, so we figured why not, give it a try, and if we get back then ideal. If not, we'll just head back to Carrick and then try again really early tomorrow morning.
Give me one of those. Woo. Look where we are.
Look, Skylar, we're back! And she's off to take me back to the van. Take me to my van. After offloading most of our stuff, we headed to the pub for a Sunday roast. So we made it back here to RB Marine last night, all safe and sound, and we started to get most of our stuff off the boat, and we are now finishing that this morning, ready to head off in the next couple of hours or so. We are pretty much done on the boat now, so I'm going to head over and find out which mooring we're going to put it on, because we're actually going to come up in about a month's time to go on another trip, and then it's going to get pulled out at the end of that one. So we're going to find out which mooring to put it on there, bring the dinghy back, and then pretty much good to go at that point. And so that marks the end of our first trip out on the Salty Sea Dog for 2022. Now, although it was an okay trip, we were both quite disappointed in that we didn't achieve any of the goals that we did set out and we didn't go anywhere new. However, that all changed in the next trip that we went out with, and we go the furthest we've ever been on the Salty Sea Dog. Oopsie. Oh, Guyla!